Welcome back to another episode of Garbage to Greatness. This is episode 4. In our last video, we've managed to pick up another win. We've given ourselves a very, very slight chance of avoiding relegation against all the odds. There's only a few games of the season left, and today we're going to play one of the must-wins. It's stuck in between two games against teams in the top half of the table, so they're going to be tough. But it is definitely a must-win sandwich for us. Let's kick off that intro and then we can get started. So as I said, we have 6 games of our season, our first season in charge. Although we've only actually been here for 4 games, it is our first season in charge. We've got 6 games to go. We're going to do a video here. This video here is going to feature 3. And then the last video of the season is going to feature the final 3. Now, hopefully going into that last episode of Garbage to Greatness, we're going to have something still to play for. That's the plan. With regards to today's fixtures, we will be playing 2 away games followed by a home one. And it's a must-win sandwich. And the reason I'm calling it a must-win sandwich is because Amaya, our second opponents in today's video, they're bottom of the league. They haven't got a single point. They haven't got a single win all season. They've only drawn 3 out of 20 games. They've lost 17. They've got a minus 32 goal difference. That is the epitome of must-win games. We've got to be seeing that as a guaranteed 3 points. Now, in between it, we'll play Storefors. Now, Storefors are 4th. They've lost 7 times this season, though. They're not unbeatable. They win a lot of games. They don't draw many. But they are very, very capable of defeat. And all of those defeats, if we have a look, they've lost 2-0 and 3-0, most of them. They've got 1-0 defeat in there, just the one. But generally, they do struggle to score in certain games. So we may be able to get something like that. We've got to look at that as a potential. A point at least, maybe. We've got opportunities. With regards to Bowdens, they're currently sitting 6th. They were predicted 3rd, so they're seen as one of the top 3 teams in this division. They're actually having a bit of a poor season, but they're the opposite of Storefors. They draw a lot of games. They don't lose many, only lost 3 all season. They've come, in essence, to teams all above them. So they haven't lost to anyone below them in the league. They're going to present us with a difficult game. But that Amaya one is the one that I'm concentrating on. I think for now, with where we are, we're 17 points. We're 12th position. We're not going to catch 10th if we're realistic. It's between us, Algana and Sandvix for who's going down with Amaya. I think 1 win out of the next 3 games probably keeps us there or thereabouts in the hunt. If we can pick up a draw there as well, we might just squeeze ourselves into 11th and out of the bottom 3. But we're going to go. We're going to kick off. We're going to get going. The first game is Storefors. So let's have a look at them. Media predictions 7th, currently 4th. So they're an overachieving side. All their facilities are poor, just like ours, like we'd expect. We'll have a look at their team. Like I said, this is a team that are very capable of defeat. They've lost 7 games this season. They win a lot, but they lose a fair share as well. Now, according to my assistant manager's ratings, looking at them straight away, they're a much better side than us. He's rating 3 of their players as 5 stars. That's going to be in comparison to our own squad. And the further 2 are 4.5, including, and that includes 3 of their back line. So defensively, he sees them as very, very solid. With regards to goals, they haven't gone out and out top goal scorer. I mean, Joel Carson is their top scorer. He's a 21-year-old Swede. Small. To be fair, he's not really offering a lot that stands out. Considering my assistant manager's rating this guy as a 5-star player, yeah, he's got consistent stats, but he's not got anything. Sorry, consistent attributes, but he's not got anything that's really standing out as a specific threat. In that respect, I'm actually gaining confidence looking at this team. If he's one of their best players, then we might not be in as much trouble as people expect. I mean, clearly the one to watch out for creative-wise is Philip Berglund. 10 assists. He's off at the end of the season. He's joining Skovda AIK. Now he looks like a much better player. Mentally, not the greatest, but okay for this level. But technically, a very, very, very good player for this position. And he's the one that we're going to have to focus on. When it comes to setting our opposition instructions, he's going to be the one. With regards to Skovda, he's going to a much bigger club, a team that's probably looking at the league table. This is the second tier. They're probably going to be playing top tier football next season. They're 8 points clear at the moment, and they'll be likely playing in the Allsvenskan next season. So that just goes to show how good a player Philip Berglund is, that he's getting picked up by that sort of team. But yeah, that's them. That's their main couple of threats, I think. Let's get into our tactic. We're not going to make too many changes based on what's worked so far. I have got an issue on right wing because Lukoki has picked up a suspension. And he's definitely been one of my brightest stars since I've come in. You can really see how well he plays. But we're going to play Santeri Circa over there in the same role that Lukoki normally plays. We don't really have any options to come in with regards to substitutions, so we're very much going to focus on our first 11. Teddy Johnson, who's got 3 in his last 2, he's definitely keeping his place. Uwebabazi is going to give us a bit of pace up there. Nothing else is changing. I'm going to stick with where we're at, stick with a balanced approach for this one, and see how we go. Now, in terms of actually getting anything out of the game, we're not really expected to. They're 10 to 11 favourites with home advantage. They've got decent form. We're inconsistent. We're not expected to get much out of this game. There is very little pressure. And I'm going to tell the team exactly that. Everyone expects us to lose here. Prove them wrong. There's no pressure on us. I am going to tell the defence I've got faith in them. So again, being away from home, we're going to have to play well defensively if we're going to get anything out of the game. Tactically, like I said, we've already identified Philip Berglund as their main issue in terms of creativity. He's got 10 assists. Now he's got a weak right foot, so we're going to keep him off it. We're going to try and keep him on that left foot, not allow him to play those passes from deep. That would say to me the fact that he's got more assists than anyone. He's a deep line playmaker. Well, they've got him as an advanced playmaker's best role, but here he's more likely to be playing a deep line role. More than likely, their balls over the top. That are catching other teams out. That would be my initial thinking, but we're going to press on him and we're going to put him on his weaker foot. We're just going to stick with that for now. The only other thing I might do, to be fair, they've got a right winger in Calais Stromback. He's got a weak left foot. I might try and encourage him to come inside rather than get down the right wing as well. Other than that, we're ready to go. That's how we're setting up. Teams are out and we can kick off. Not much happening in the first 10 minutes, so no real action. Only one shot for the home side. We've got our first highlight on 14 minutes, and it's Forsell through the middle. That's a really poor pass. There's no pressure on him, and he's just given the ball straight away, and we probably got away with one there. Probably lucky with them wasting the chance. It goes wide of the post. But yeah, that was really poor sort of giving away of possession from Forsell. And certainly something that I don't want to see and I expect better. At the moment, they're certainly more on the ascendancy, although not dominating. They've had 3 shots. We've had 1. It's nearing the half-hour mark. There's not been a lot of action for the fans to enjoy in this one. Verhagen's now got it for us at the back. He passes back, and that's a really poor pass, and we've given the ball away and we've been punished again, just like Forsell before. It's just poor passing. It's just real lack of concentration, and we're causing our own problems from what I can see here. So I mean, that's a simple pass, and Adeja's just looking for it at his feet. It's gone behind him. Hansen's stepped in, and it's a gift. It's a gift. Really disappointing. I'm going to tell the lads I want to see more. This passing is not good enough. Demanding a bit more from them. See if we can create ourselves a chance before half time and maybe get back in the game. Baronson with the goal kick. Forward to Circa. down that right wing. He's taking his man. It's a cross. There's no one in there. Not a single player to get into it. I mean, I don't know if that's poor from the players not getting in the box, or poor from Circa to not even look up and see that he's crossing into a box where there's no one there. Either way, there's just a lack of communication out there at the moment, lack of confidence, not really much going on. We're not creating a Deja to Kovalainen, and if we're going to create anything, he's going to be the man. There he is, Kovalainen to Svensson. Svensson cuts inside, over the top to Circa. Now this is better. There's a couple of people in the box. Now get it in. He's in. Teddy Johnson. Svensson at the back post, and it's goal. Yes, 1-1 just before half time. Probably undeserved, but we'll take it. We will take it. It's a good finish from Svensson. He was the one that started the move with the ball over the top to Circa, down the right wing. Yeah, it's a nice cross. Johnson looked like he was heading out. I don't know if he deliberately dummied it. Maybe he got a call from Svensson at the back post. I'm not sure. But it was a great first time finish into the near corner. And it's 1-1. And yeah, we've got something to play for. We've got a corner. Svensson crossing in. Johnson off the post. We were very nearly in front. Very nearly. 2 late goals in that half. We were very nearly in front. But Johnson, good header at the near post from the corner. Hits the post. The rebound comes out to him. He sort of slashed it a little bit. And it was nowhere really near the guy. It didn't trouble the keeper. But that's a really promising end to the end of the first half after being poor for 40 minutes. So it's kind of difficult in those situations. But I'm definitely going to pick out the passing. The quality of passing has been poor. So I'm disappointed with the quality of passing. It's been far too sloppy and needs to improve. With regards to the defence, keep going. You've got the ability. Frigerio's looking stressed. Because I've already spoke to the defence, can't speak to him directly. We'll keep an eye on him, but we're back out for the second half. It definitely seemed to sort the lads out a little bit when I told them that, when I demanded a bit more from the sidelines. So if we start off poor again, then maybe that's something to bear in mind. Maybe we might need to G the boys up again if they don't start very well. But Deja now at the back puts it up to Babazi. He's beaten. He's not gonna win those sorts of balls. He's not that sort of striker. Strom back down the right wing for them now, and that's easy for Berenson. So no real threat there on that attack. It's free approaching the 3rd minute of the second half. Nothing really to trouble either goalkeeper so far. Svensson loses out to Stromback. Stromback runs forward and Barons, and that's a comfortable save. It was a good save. Probably made it look a little bit better than it actually needed to be, but we won't deny him of that. Svensson now over corner. Now Johnson hit the post from one of these just before the end of the first half. Svensson comes back out to him. He's cutting, so have a shot, son, and he's beat the keeper. Svensson's got his 2nd goal of the game. Quality. The lad that was really poor in my first couple of games in charge, and now he's back. He's back in the team, and he is fully making the most of that opportunity. We're 2-1 up. He's done well there. It's a tidy little finish, but it's the run inside. He's come in, he's brought it in nicely. He wasn't really pressed by their players. I'm sure the opposing manager, the Storfors manager, is going to be disappointed with their defending them, that he just let him get closer and closer and closer to the goal until he was about 3 yards out, and then he just had a nice little tap in. We'll take advantage of sloppy defending all day long, though. And just like that, they're back in front. And to be fair, it's disappointing. It's disappointing. Berenson really looks like really poor goalkeeping. He looks like he should be saving this. It's not a powerful shot. Yes, he's close. The ball comes over from Carlson. Hansen's lost his man, and Berenson should be saving that. That's probably his first major mistake since I brought him in. When I come into the club, I dropped the keeper that I played all season. I brought Berenson in. And to be fair, that's probably his first major mistake. So I'm not going to lay into him, but I still disappoint him because it may have cost us 3 points. Now Kovalainen's got it. He's put it up to Teddy Johnson. Teddy Johnson out to Circa. Circa, get down that wing. Go on, beat your man. And he's an early cross to Uwebabazi. Over him, Frigerio's at the back stick. He's put it in. Johnson, that's a good opportunity for Johnson. I'd expect him to be getting that on target, if I'm honest. It's disappointing that he's put that wide. Uwebabazi's not playing well, so he's off. Osman's coming on. That's the only change I think I want to make at this stage. We'll keep an eye on Verhagen. He's not having a good game at right back. He's not playing terribly, but he's not playing the best. We'll keep an eye on that. We might need a change there. Half a chance for them. Corner comes in, headed. It's over the bar. There's been a fair few chances in this game. Between the two shots, they've mustered up 18 shots now, of which we've had 7 of those. So we've certainly not been overruled. We've certainly not been hammered. Against a team that's much further up the league, this is a decent performance. And it's now we're into sort of the final 11 minutes. And Johnson's in. It's a good save from the keeper. Bowman stood his ground. He's saved the shot. Again, probably disappointing that Johnson's not putting that away, especially in his recent vein of form. Kovalainen with a corner. Fires it in at the back post, and it's quite comfortably dealt with by the Storfor's defence. Frigerio, ball over the top. No, nothing comes of that. But with 8 minutes to go now, it's a case of holding on. This would be a deserved point. It would be a good point. Be really disappointing to concede him. We very nearly did. Hermansen with the header from the corner, hits the side netting, got away with one. Just 3 minutes to hold on now in injury time for the point. Hopefully this doesn't go in. Berglund, always dangerous. A direct free kick in the dying seconds. Full-time whistle should have gone a minute ago. He's at the bar. We'll take it. It's over. That was the last kick of the game pretty much. We'll take it. It's a good point. It's possibly a point to lift us out of the bottom 3. We'll have to have a look at that. We'll take it. That's a very satisfying result. Nobody gave us a chance. Let's see what that does for the league table. Are we out of the bottom 3 with that point? Yes, we are. Algarna and Sandviks must have both lost. So we're out of the relegation places. We're officially, at this moment, safe with 5 games to go. Now up next is Amaya, and that's our must win. Now before we do get onto that Amaya game, it's worth noting Andre Svensson, who scored the 2 goals in that last game, he is only 15 years old. He's 15 years and 245 days old, which officially makes him the club's youngest ever goal scorer. But not only that, the Division 2 Norland record holder as well for being the youngest goal scorer by about a year and a half from the previous. That is record breaking. That is record breaking. We're breaking records. We've only been in charge for a handful of games and we are breaking records, people. Andre Svensson, the lad that played really poorly in my first couple of games, he's gone out there, he's bagged 2 goals. He's got 2 goals and assist in his last 4 starts. I can't really knock the lad now. I laid into him, but what a response from the 15-year-old. He's going to be going straight into the starting lineup against Amaya, without a doubt, and hopefully he can continue that form and prove that age is nothing but a number. Now, as we go into that game with Amaya, we're going to make a couple of changes. So Lukoki's come back in right wing. He's no longer suspended. And with them being bottom of the league, without a single win to their name all season, I feel that we can actually push on and go a little bit more positive in this game. Other than that, nothing else is changing. Svensson's in fine form. He's staying in. Johnson, Uwebabazi, I want to see more from. He's had 2 games. He's on a 6.2. He's played really badly in 2 games. If he doesn't play well here, he will almost certainly be dropped for the next one. So we go into the game against the team that prop up the division in this must-win fixture. There's their form. Woeful. 5 defeats. We've got a win, a loss, a defeat, a win, a win, a loss, a draw, a win, and a draw. So since I took over, we've definitely steadied the ship. We're up to 11th. A win here could see us getting into touch with the top 10. When we're not going to push into that top 10, I'm under no illusions, but we could get ourselves a little bit closer. I feel like this is a match we should be winning. Make sure we do. I think I've got to be that firm with the boys. Don't go out there and let me down. Do not let me down. With regards to the opposition, they're actually a 4-1-2-3 with the DM role in there as well. with regards to their attacking players, attacking midfield, left foot. This is an inside winger. We don't want to let him cut in. They're both inside wingers. We don't want to cut them. So we want to keep both their wide players out wide. We want to push them onto their left and right foot, keep them out wide. Don't let them cut inside. When Kunalic gets a chance, we want to keep him on his left foot as well. So we're going to put him on that. With regards to sort of pace of these guys, Shalom Kidane, not the quickest, and Arad Esma, he's a little bit quicker. I don't think that we need to be doing anything special with any of these players just yet. We'll see how the game goes, so we will get things underway. Hopefully we can get a nice early goal in this game. That would be massive, I think. I think if we can get ourselves an early goal up on the board, settle the lads down, take the pressure off, we could go on to win this 3 or 4-0. That's the way I'm seeing it, in the form that we're in, and the fact that they're simply rubbish. Although we are 25 minutes into the game and nothing's happened. They've actually got more possession than us. They're actually 57%. Neither team's really had a chance. They're building something here. Person forward to Esmaili. And they should have scored, to be fair. Kunalic should have scored. He's about 2 or 3 yards out. He's just hit it straight out of goalie. Don't get me wrong. Baronson's done well to stand tall and make himself big. But the striker has hit it straight at him. And thus far, half an hour in, we're not playing well. There's the 15-year-old Svensson. He just gets the ball away, which, to be fair, in that situation is probably the best thing to do. Probably the sensible thing. So it probably shows a cool head from the 15-year-old. Now, we've had more shots than them, only 3-2. They've had a bit more possession. We're approaching halfway. We haven't created a single significant chance in the whole first half. Even though I've got the lads playing a little bit more attacking, that's really bad. We're not playing well at all. I'm going to thrash my arms. I'm going to tell them it's not good enough, because it's not. Uwiba Babazi is having another bad game. The new signing is not showing me anything. I'm going to drop back to a balanced approach. The positive just didn't seem to do anything there. So let's go back to what we're used to. We're not going to make any changes just yet. So I'm not going to go into panic mode. It is still only 0-0. One goal could decide this. They're not the biggest goal scorers in the league. So they shouldn't offer us too much attacking threat. It's just the fact that at the moment we're not offering anything. Uwiba Babazi now finds himself through. It's a good strike. It's good to see a little bit more intent from the team, and certainly from him as well. Just over the bar. Skims the top of the net. So it was close. Feeling a little bit nervous here, guys. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I think we really have to win this game. It really is an absolute must win in the predicament we're in. And the strikers have offered nothing. So they're both coming off. Both of them are off. I'm just going to go to a deep line forward and an advanced forward setup. Yeah, I'm not going to make any other major changes. Lukoki's not having a bad game back in the team. Most of the team's nervous. I feel like I need to encourage them a little bit. Most of the team's nervous. We're going to encourage, see if that G's them up a little bit. Looking down here, we've got a few happy smiley faces, so it's certainly G'd up a couple of the players, certainly motivated a couple of them, and hopefully that's going to show on the pitch. So for Hagen out to Lukoki crosses in, and it's Osman, one of the substitutes. It's a decent shot. Lindberg's probably made a good save there. We've had 9 shots now. We are starting to become more dominant in the game. Forsell forward to Svensson. There's the youngster, and he scored again. Andre Svensson, 15 years old, 3 goals in his last 2 games. Andre Svensson, the 15-year-old kid, is single-handedly guiding us away from relegation at the moment. What a lad. What a lad. Well done, Andre Svensson. "12 minutes to go. 10 minutes to go. I genuinely felt if we got one, we'd push on and get at least a second. But right now, I'll take a 1-0. Right now, I'll take a 1-0 all day long. We're just seconds away from... Yes, there it is. 3 points in the bag. Massive 3 points. The defensive display was exceptional. Every single player in the back line plus the goalkeeper scored over a 7. Both the centre-backs was closer to an 8 on match rating. Roshendrick or Taylor gets man of the match. Defensively, we were excellent. Didn't offer much in attack, I won't lie. But defensively, we were awesome. We were awesome. We got the result we wanted. Well done. And tell that defence that they were important. Let them know. Let them know that they were important. Tell Uwebabazi that he weren't good enough. That's 3 games now, son, that you've played poorly. A terrible performance like that will always get you substituted. And do you know what? It's getting you dropped for the next game as well. 3 games, 3 piss poor displays, not a single goal. But we're now 3 points clear with a better goal difference of the relegation places. With just 4 games to go. The dream is very much becoming a potential reality. The dream of surviving against all odds with the smallest of squads, with 15-year-olds in the starting lineup. I think 1 or 2 more wins from our last four games could be enough. Granted, the next one is Bowden's BK. They're 4th. They're going to be a different proposition altogether. But hang on a minute. Ita Hugdal are on a 4-game unbeaten run. They've had a whole August. We've had a whole August where we have not lost a game. This is unbelievable. What's potentially even more unbelievable is the fact that we're a team on the up. We've got a bright young manager that's come in and put together a 4-run unbeaten streak, and no one wants to stay here. Even if I manage to keep Ita Hugdal in the division, no less than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players that generally play in the first team don't want to be here. Absolutely no interest in signing a new contract. He's recently signed to be said for Hagens. That's slightly different. But yeah, absolutely no interest. We're also starting to get offers coming in for our players. Teddy Johnson's attracting interest. It seems that a couple of goals down at this level can quickly spark the interest. Although all the teams that are coming in for him are from the lower divisions. It does probably make me think I need to have a look at him and think, look, if these are the sorts of clubs that are coming in, is he good enough to play at the level that we're playing? Probably not, but I love him. I do love him. I love him already. Just for those 3 goals in those 2 games. They were massive for us. It means so much at this point. Plus the offers that are coming in are for nothing. I'm not going to accept bids of nothing. We're certainly not going to get him out of the club. If he runs down his contract and goes for nothing, it's slightly different. But I'm certainly not going to leave myself short unnecessarily. So we'll move on to the next game with a load of players that don't want to be here. But hopefully if we can get the job done and stay in the division, then we can worry about a rebuild after that. So on to Bowden's. They're up next. Let's see how we can get on against a team that's also banging form. And if we are to get something out of this game, it would be an amazing feat. My assistant managers rating virtually every single one of their players as 5-star ability compared to our own. Any one of their players potentially gets into my team. So if we can take anything from this at all, it's going to be an immense achievement. Their goals are coming. They're not scoring thousands of goals. They're not scoring hundreds of goals. But they're scoring from everywhere. So they've got threat all over the pitch. The assists are coming from everywhere. Their centre-backs are both solid. The centre-back pairing are two of the best players in the team based on average rating. Defensive midfielder Emil Johansson is also having a blinder of a season. it's tough where to pinpoint the threat because it's kind of everyone. With regards to our own team selection, Uwabazi has been dropped, and deservedly so. I'm even dropping him from the bench in favour of Max Backstrom, who is only 16 years old. That's how much Uwabazi has annoyed me, that he's not even getting onto the bench. The informed Svensson naturally keeps his place, but our biggest concern is man of the match from the last game, Rashendrick or Taylor, has now picked up a suspension, so he's out. So we've had to bring in his place, just through complete sheer lack of options. 17-year-old Marcus Nordberg has got the nod. Nordy's got the nod. He's in at centre-back. It's a case of do as well as you can do, son. I don't have anyone else really. And what am I talking about? I'm all over the place. Dallawaters. I totally forgot about new signing Ben Dallawaters. So he's in. So sorry, Noddy Nodberg, you haven't got the nod, mate. You might get on from the bench, just because now I feel a little bit bad that I've built up your hopes that you're going to get a start, and then I've just ripped it away from underneath you. So let's get Dallawaters in there. You got to love it when you start a new team and you don't know your team. Adel Haj Osman's got the nod up front alongside Teddy Johnson, in favour of obviously Uwabazi. We're back to a balanced. I'd probably go cautious here against such a good team, but I've gone balanced because we do have home advantage, so something is on our side. If we're getting battered in the first sort of 15-20 minutes, then we'll look to go to cautious approach. I'm just going to say the same as I did against the other big teams. Everyone expects us to lose. Prove them wrong. There's no pressure. That does seem to build these players up. It does seem to boost their confidence. Although Lukoki's looking nervous, so we're just going to tell him, look, get out there, have some fun. Didn't change his nerves. I tried to relieve the pressure, but it didn't work. With regards to opposition, I said it's tough with this team because they're so good all over the pitch. All we can really do is put the attacking players on their weak foots. There's not really much else I can do in this stage because there isn't really a weakness to focus on. So that's all we can really do in that respect to hopefully help us out there. Let's kick off. Can we do the unthinkable? Because this would be good. I mean, I feel that the way Bowdens are playing and with how good their team is, this would possibly be an even better result if we could get anything out of it than when we got the point against the team at the top of the league. I mean, that was a good point, but I think this would be right up there alongside that at least. Lukoki's chasing the ball down. He's on the right wing. He's cut inside. We've got the first chance. Johnson's there and we've got an early lead. 10 minutes in and Teddy Johnson has us 1-0 up. Amazing. Amazing stuff. Teddy Johnson, I switched him over for this one. The two attackers, we got a target man and we're playing a poacher. That's how we've been playing. Teddy Johnson has been playing the target man role. Now, Osman suits that a little bit better. I mean, he's a bit stronger and a bit taller than Johnson. So I brought him in, put him on that side, put Johnson in the poacher role and went, go and score yourself a goal, son. And it's only taken him 10 minutes and he has. Oh, I do love it when your tactics work. When you have a little think about what you want to do and you make a little tinker and it works straight away. Is there a better feeling on FM23? And just like that, they go and score. And I've gone from elation to just, yeah. You've got to love this game, haven't you? You just go from being so excited to just having it just ripped from you, just like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a good strike. Berenson gets a hand to it. It does creep in anyway. And yeah, just like that, I'm brought down a peg or two. Sampa now for Bauer. Don't score. They've hit the post. We probably got away with that there. I think Berenson's positioning was a bit poor from the keeper. They've hit the post when probably it was easier to score. We get away with one, but we're 20 minutes in and it's still 1-1. Now, they are dominating possession and they are having treble the amount of chances we are. But we're not out of this game. And Lukoki's there again. Verhagen's backing him up at right back. He crosses early. Johnson's in. Probably should have scored. It's a great save from the keeper. Very nearly 2-1. But the fact that we are we are under it. We are under the cosh. They are definitely the better side based on all the statistics. I am going to go to that cautious approach that we talked about, just because I'm running scared a little bit, if I'm honest. But we go to the cautious approach, and that does seem to have slowed things down a bit. The momentum is still with them, and to be fair, it is building again. But there's no highlights coming. They're not creating anything of any substance. There's no threat to our goal. Clearly going to a more cautious approach. We're probably sitting a bit deeper. We're keeping them further away from our goal. They're not creating clear-cut chances all of a sudden. We've got something to hold on to. It's a draw at half-time. I'm going to tell the lads we're doing well. Keep going till keep working hard until full-time. That seems to have delighted the players. They're happy that I'm recognising. Dalla Waters is having a bad game at centre-back. Anyone that's under a 6.5 at this stage is getting a kick up the backside. Dalla Waters being one of those. We go back out. We go again for the second half. It's a big 45 minutes, chaps. Go out there. Hold on to your point. It would be a massive one. And it's 2-1. 10 minutes into the second half. It's a free kick. It comes in. It clears over everyone, and Gustafsson's at the back stick. It's a good header. I think it's completely across the entire goal from what I can see. He's completely unmarked. It's not goes in off the crossbar. It's a good header. He's unmarked. That's slightly disappointing. We're hitting the hour mark now. They've got another free kick. We could find ourselves 3-1 down. Potentially we are going to find ourselves 3-1 down, because we have Dalla Waters, who's having a poor game, has given away a penalty. It's a push in the back. It could be 3-1. It is 3-1. That's probably game over. It's probably asking for a bit much. We're going to go back to a balanced approach. Try and show a little bit more intent. Osman's picked up a slight injury. We're going to give a run out to the 16-year-old Backstrom. Why not? Why not? It won't do any harm. We're not really expected to get anything from this game anyway. So we'll give him a little run out. Dalla Waters, you're having a really bad game. Nordberg is going to get a shot as well. The youngster at centre-back. I teased him with it before the game. I'm giving him some game time. Show what you can do. There's no pressure. We're more than likely going to lose this game now. It was expected. Lukoki's ball into the box is very, very hopeful and easily dealt with by their keeper. We're just at the stage now where probably consigned to defeat. We just don't want an embarrassing result. And now that is 4-1. It is now at risk of potentially getting embarrassing. I really hope that we don't get to sort of 6 or 7, because I think based on our first half performance, we wouldn't deserve it. I mean, Nordell's done well there again, I suppose. He's beaten the man. He's waited for the keeper to come out. He's played the ball nicely. It's a half-decent goal. Granted, your keeper's always going to probably be disappointed to get beat from such a tight angle. But, yeah, it'd be nice to get a goal here. Kovalainen crosses for Johnson. Johnson just wide. It's a good headed effort. Johnson's looked relatively lively in this game. He seems to be relishing the poacher role rather than the target forward. So something to think about moving forward in the last few games of the season that's still to come. We will definitely still need at least one more win, I think, from our last years. We've got a huge game against Sandviks coming up. For now, though, Verhagen back to Berenson up to Kovalainen through the middle. Teddy Johnson, can he bag his second of the game? No, he can't. It was he did well. It was great play. It was a great run. Timed his run well. Got forward. Probably lacked a little bit of pace to get a bit closer to the goal, so he was forced to take the shot earlier before the defender closed him down or got back to him, and couldn't find the target. Svensson now. Out to Lukoki. Lukoki, get a good ball in. So it's a good ball. Johnson's there. Yeah, it's 2. We've got 2. We've got another one back. It's a respectable scoreline. Teddy Johnson's having another good game. It's good play from the youngster Svensson again. He seems to cut him well into that central midfield position quite well. And that's twice now. In the last game, he passed it out to Lukoki, which then created a goal. And he's done it again there. Those two, although they play on opposite wings, they seem to be linking up really, really well. We've got 10 minutes of the game to go. I don't see why we don't take a risk and go attacking. If they score now, 5-2 isn't a disastrous result. It's not an embarrassing result. It's 4-2. It's the 92nd minute. There is a highlight. If we score here, it could be a very nervous couple of minutes of injury time for Bodens. Win the ball, Svensson. Come on, Svensson. Win the ball. No. They're just playing it around. They're knocking it about. They're just keeping the ball. They're doing the sensible thing. They've knocked it long, though, which might hand possession back to us. And it does. Baronson. And what's he doing? What was Baronson doing? I don't understand that. It was like he came out of his goal, trapped the ball, then stood off it and went, there you go. There you go, mate. It was almost like he knew the guy wasn't going to hit the target from that angle. But blimey, I mean, what's he playing at? What is he playing at there? I mean, if that had gone in, I would have been... That's the sort of thing players get sold for. I mean, I don't know if this geezer's... Maybe he had a bet on. Maybe he had a bet on the geezer to score. You never know. It was like, well, he hasn't scored yet. I better give him a chance. I mean, that's all I can think of. I'm going to tell the lads I'm proud, even though it wasn't to be. There was some bad individual performance. Svensson was poor, but I'm not going to lay into the kid. He's 15 and he's been brilliant in the last couple of games. The keeper, though, is definitely getting a kick up the backside, and so is Dalla Waters. They were really bad. What the keeper was doing at the end, Dalla Waters was really poor and didn't take his opportunity. It is a defeat. First one in 5, though. It's not disastrous. It's not panic stations. We're still 11th. Al Garner and Sandviks both lost again, so a win over Sandviks puts us very, very close. Now, obviously, we won't see if we manage to beat them until our next update. But for now, that is the end of this episode. I think it's been a successful one. It's another 4 points on the board. It's another step closer to safety. 3 games to go. 3 points clear of safety. One massive game with Sandviks coming up. Look out for that episode, guys, and thanks for watching. Once again, as per usual, please do subscribe if you like what you've seen. Tell your friends, share, like, comment, and thanks for being here. I'm the Not So Special One.